about on the coast of someplace beautiful? Who does that remind you of?
Lance Hokut.
That's exactly right. I love it. And it's a Kenny Chesney song, too, and a good song. Good morning, Lance Hokut. How are you, friend?
You know, I was sitting here thinking I would love to be on the beach somewhere right now. So, eating some of those restaurants y'all talked about this morning. I tell you, the Jersey girls kind of get a southern flair.
I mean, this is like South 101 here. She's gotten an education, and apparently she loves it down here, Lance. You know, there's a reason why we never hear the phrase retiring up north.
That's right. That's exactly right. You know, she did a good job. She picked 3 of my favorites. And I tell you, you must have been taking her to some good restaurants.
I take myself to these good restaurants, and I'm so happy that a local approves.
Yes, that's exactly right.
The one, Jim and Nick's, they're kind of local. They're out of Birmingham. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal, and I like different stuff there. Mm-hmm. Your choice of barbecue or ribs was top notch.
Amen.
And AJ McCarron, and that you need to try. They had some spicy green beans 2 days ago that he made, and they were awesome. So throw it in with some steak and some shrimp, and, man, you are good to go. A little avocado and cream cheese, and it's a good
Totally. One. That's the way to my heart.
You better stop. I'm ready for lunch. Of course, I'm always ready for lunch. By the way, if you missed it earlier, what we're talking about is Jersey Girls blog. What was the title of your blog?
The top 5 places to eat in Tuscaloosa from a northerner's view.
From a Yankees point of view. You can read it right now at 953thebear.com. Good stuff. Lance Hokut, of course, is our financial advisor. I call him the money man. It's a more comfortable approach. That is his mantra, make money with your money. That's what he's all about. He can help you do that. You can go to lancehokut.com. Lance, this morning's question comes from a husband and wife who tap that app at 953thebear.com. So this is a heads up to Brian and Lynn this morning. And Brian sent us the question. He says, got a little bit behind during the coronavirus lockdown. We own our home. It's a $250,000 home, and we think we want a second mortgage in order to catch up. Is this a good idea?
So remember, if we had that cash reserve, we wouldn't be having this conversation, but that caught so many people off guard. I like the idea of a second mortgage. You might even consider a home equity line of credit. Here's the difference. Second mortgage is going and doing a complete new mortgage. A home equity line is just tapping in just a little bit, kind of like tapping that app. It's tapping into the equity inside your home. What I like about that home equity side is you can go into it typically with no closing cost as long as you're pulling over 10 grand. So if you go and say, look, I want to pull 10 grand out of my home, or maybe do 20 grand, as long as you keep it over that 10 grand, they're not going to charge you anything. If you go and do a second mortgage, typically you're going to have closing costs, things like that. What I do like about the home equity, it's more of a short-term coverage. It's a short-term need. Now, I would recommend that they sit down, map out their plan for these dollars, because what happens, dollars are fungible. They get caught in the income stream. That's a new word. I want you to go look it up, Jersey.
You
fungible. I want you to go look that up. It's a really good word. But it gets caught up in the income stream, and they're like, oh, I can spend it on this, I can spend it on this. So I would like a very clear plan if we're going to go and tap into that home equity, because here's the deal. Mm-hmm. If you don't pay your credit card, which I don't recommend, you got to pay your credit cards. But, Steve, if you don't pay your credit card, are they going to come get your house? No, they're not. They're going to come and shut the credit card down. They're going to file some loans, liens, things like that against you. If you don't pay your mortgage payment, what are they going to come do?
Take your house?
They're going to come get your house. So I don't like typically using that. If there's some other alternatives for them to use, maybe some credit card, maybe some a signature loan at their bank or their credit union, and then go for that home equity as a last option, I guess, if you will.
And let's crow about interest rates this morning. The Federal Reserve left interest rates unchanged yesterday. Super low interest rates right now. And the Fed, according to people that watch it and track it, likely not to show any rate hikes, we're hearing, in the year of 2021. Wouldn't that be something?
I love what you're doing ahead of time, Steve. And it's not just because we're on the radio. You're taking an active interest in this, and I hope that's what we're having our listeners do. You're listening to the words that they're saying, and you're exactly right. The interest rate environment is going to remain in this area. So what should that tell us? That tells us that the economy is not quite where we thought it was back 3 months ago, 6 months ago, and the Fed is trying to encourage. So when they're keeping interest rates low, that's an open policy for them to say, come borrow money, come and buy a car, come and buy a house.
That's right.
And frankly, in Tuscaloosa, we've seen a huge increase in mortgages, and we've seen a huge increase in home sales over the last month. Hunter Jacobs the other day, I was talking with him, and he said, "Yeah, we've had they had the best month they've ever had in May."
Wow!
And as a mortgage writer, so that's a really good indication here locally. And what that may mean is people are just seeing some opportunity to go and get the house they want at the lowest price that we've seen in a long time.
Absolutely. Take advantage of it. It looks like it'll be around for a little bit. Tomorrow?
Hey, guess what tomorrow? Friday. You get to see this fat boy in studio.
Woo! Can't wait.
Hey, guys. Thank y'all for listening. Please tap that out. If you got a phone call, call us tomorrow while we're in studio. Lance Hoka Financial Group is an independent firm. We clear through S.A. Stone. God bless you, and we will see y'all tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Lance Hoka. Check him out at LanceHoka.com, our official Steve Shannon Morning Show financial advisor on 95.3 The Bear.